Higashi here, aka Gene. Today is sort of a break day with the sort of testing the new cars for car comparisons. Of course, a lot of time goes into the recording of footage and getting the video edited and whatnot. So this video is just going out there. I'm going to talk over the gameplay. This is just an SUV race on Black Mamba circuit, slightly changed specifically for SUVs and suited well for that class, rather than how it was before originally for supercars. So yeah, basically I'm personally hosting an event finally on the Sweat Buckets forums. But it's an open crew event, so anyone can actually join if you're part of a crew and you've got somewhat of racing experience. Obviously, there's no point in joining and knowing that you're not going to compete. So it's best to, if in the future reference anyway, because it's going to be a weekly series, sort of an endurance race series. Not sure about the point system yet, but it's every Fridays, 8 PM GMT. The race will start, but we're going to be sort of meeting up at 7 PM. So 7 PM the event itself will start getting people together. We're going to have a qualifier session as well, 5 laps with one. The first lap, obviously, a warm-up lap, and the 3 laps afterwards is going to be hot laps. And the last lap is a cool-down lap where you don't actually finish the race. You wait for everyone else to finish off their hot lapping, or qualifiers, I suppose. And obviously, the starting grid for the actual race at 8 PM will be sort of coordinated along with the qualifier lap times, and everyone will be put in the appropriate spots, like pole position and whatnot, with the quickest time, with that qualifying session on the same day, obviously. And the race will be off 99 laps on Sweeper Speedway. This is not actually the track that I'm showing you, but all the information for the actual event is in the description below on the Sweat Buckets forum link. I'll put it down below. But yeah, it's going to be 99 laps each. One lap is about 57 seconds. We're trying to make this as long as possible. Obviously, it's an endurance race, roughly about 1.5 hours minimum. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a supercar race, Turismo only. I'm only restricted to the Turismo just to make it interesting, but soon I'll be mixing things up with the event, not only just doing contact racing playlists, but also non-contact playlists. But this is not even a playlist, it's just one individual race, but a very long endurance race, obviously. But I'll be mixing things up every Fridays. It's just a nice place to just organize it and get people in lobbies without, because usually on live streams, sort of just free for all. Anyone join and just take part, and then it kind of gets messy, and I don't want to waste people's time every time streaming and people join and the content are getting taken out due to inexperienced drivers. So this way, if people want to actually participate, there's a reason for them to prepare beforehand, and and get the appropriate races in, just to get the best experience out of it. A lot of people would think that you're just taking it way too serious, but I mean, it's the best way to actually get people together in the appropriate manner. And of course, there's a lot of other crews that do this as well, like the Apex Stalkers. I know the crew as well. They're currently doing a closed crew event with the multi-class racing, obviously, every Sundays. But hopefully we can sort of organise more multi-crew events like this, or anyone can take part if you're interested. But obviously, like I said, with some sort of experience and competitive mindset to actually compete with this sort of setting. So yeah, every week it will be a different car class. Next week, Friday 27th, will be Pantos only on Panty Circuit. And then after that, so I'll work on a different thing and a different concept. Maybe multi-class, maybe involve more cars, I guess, rather than restricting one. But it's just a little bit of a variety every single week, rather than keeping the same concept. But yeah, these 2 weeks will be similar concept with endurance race, lasting minimum 1.5 hours. And basically, within this endurance race, we also implemented a mandatory pit stop, which obviously we'll have to race within GTA 5 mode. And obviously, this is where we'll sort of see who's actually fucking about, and so sort of ban them and kick them out from the crew and whatnot, or anyone else. But yeah, really and truly, you don't have to worry about that when this sort of organised events, because we can sort of tell, when people sign up, they'll read the post first and read the rules and the restrictions before signing up, so everything should run smoothly. So the way the mandatory pit stop works, we did it sort of a simple way, so there's no doubts with people, and people don't start blaming each other and pointing fingers. Obviously, it's all to do with trust, but this is one way of obviously seeing how discipline, people being disciplined within these conditions, and really just making the experience fair for everyone. This way, it's just going to be, generally speaking, a better race overall for every single individual person that's participating. Obviously, more the better, but chances are a lot of people will DC with more players, so that's something that's expected as well, because a lot of DCs will happen. Even me personally, over the other week, I posted a video about me participating in an Apex Stalker event similar to this. This sort of was the inspiration from that. And I DC'd from 8 laps in, so that was unfortunate. But shit like that will happen. You've just got to deal with it and be mature with that sort of side. But essentially, the way pit stop works, you just go in, your own rate, the speed, whatever, control the car. Obviously, the pit stop is quite tight, so it's your responsibility anyway when going entering a pit stop. You can go at any given speed you want, you can just floor it, but then the way I designed it, there's like slots, sort of like an actual real life pit. You get to go in and actually pick up the repair. So you have to actually repair your car, regardless if it's not even damaged. You have to make the motion of going into the actual slots available with how I've designed it in the pit. And you have to, as soon as your car stops in those sections, you have to check your timer in the bottom right, and it has to be precisely on that moment the car stops within the pit, 20 seconds from that point. And when the 20 seconds are up, minimal point, obviously you can exit out at any given speed, but you have to pay attention to the cars around you, obviously entering the pit, and then when exiting the pit stop, the way I've designed it, I'm forcing you to touch the start finish line checkpoint without getting in the way of the races on the racing line on the track itself. When you exit the pit, you'll obviously meet with the guys that are on the racing track, so you have to sort of pay attention to those guys that are coming as well, so it's your own responsibility. And I think it's pretty cool the way I've done it. It's a simple track. Obviously, supercars, endurance racing, it's all about consistency and who can actually consistently go quick without making a mistake. And that's another thing. Obviously, it's up to you guys. But the way the track is, it's a lot of fast-paced sort of corners, and then there's one little sort of tricky chicane which you have to slow down quite a bit. So it's a sort of a nice balance with that track suited for the supercars. So obviously, if it's a normal race like 5 laps, it may seem a bit boring, but in an endurance race setting, it's going to be a completely different environment where you have to really pay attention every single lap. And obviously, the more laps go by, the more tiring it gets, and more you have to focus, and that's the whole point of it. And obviously, a little bit of strategy involved with the pit stop, because you can pretty much go into the pit stop. Obviously, one is required throughout the entire race, but you can do it at any given lap you desire. So you may even want to go at the first lap, but then you have to sort of wait that 20 seconds, and all the other cars will go by to work your way forward when having to overtake and whatnot. Or you can go near the end, it's up to you. But it's the way you sort of manage it, really. Like I said, tactic, strategy, whatever you want to call it. If there's multiple cars, of course, it's all about timing it, and it depends on completely your position as well, where you start off. And that's the thing about the qualifier, it's going to make it awesome for those who are quickest. The qualifying session, obviously being able to start at the front. Who are, is the slowest, will have to start at the back and deal with the consequences. Or you never know. Sometimes starting at the back is always sort of a better solution. Sometimes, a lot of collisions may occur at fronts, but it's gonna be a rolling start. So a lot of those issues will be taken away. It's gonna be a rolling start. The first lap of the actual race, everyone's gonna be, first of all, before even beginning, gonna be sorted out with their starting grid with the positions given by the qualifiers and the lap times you get from that, and in order, obviously quickest to the front and whatnot. And then after that, the first lap is just going to be slowly following each other, making sure everyone's in their positions right behind each other, sort of single filing, I guess. And then when approaching the second lap, sort of on the start finish line, straight as the pole position car is actually approaching the start finish line, that's when it's going to floor it and start the race. And on the microphone, me or someone else that's helped me out will obviously indicate, the race is about to start, and then everyone's off. And because obviously this is one motion, everyone's already driving, I guess, it should be a smoother start rather than a standstill start where someone might not be paying attention, or might be a lot of lag involved. So this way it's definitely going to make it smoother. But yeah, guys, it's my first actual event, so if it's going to be obviously tomorrow, short notice again, I do apologize, but it's going to be tomorrow, Friday, 7 p.m. GMT. So the event itself will start getting people together. Qualifiers will begin around 7:20, hopefully when everyone's in, 20 minutes time of the lobby activated, and of course start the qualifiers and begin the actual race at 8 p.m. GMT. I'll be streaming all of this on my Twitch, GUN121233 for you. The link is also in the description below. Other than that, hopefully it all goes well. Like I said, first event, so I don't expect too much, but it's a nice little change, nice variety of GTA 5, what this game provides. So we're trying to make the most out of it and see what sort of thrills and enjoyment we can get from this experience. So yeah, thanks for watching. If there's any other ideas for events, be sure to drop it down in the comment section below. I'll be curious to see what sort of thought process and things we can get organized from you guys' point of view as well. So yeah, check your sign out. Good night, peace. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that's a stealth reference to 4 Park for those who live.